My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. This is the only channel dedicated to UFC fight picks and DraftKings lineups run by MMA insiders and professional fighters. Every week, I join Dan Kramer and Nick Newell, two longtime professional fighters that have fought at the highest levels on the planet, as well as Jacob Lyons, a skinny kid from Indiana. So join us every single week for our full fight card breakdowns, our individual fight card breakdowns, our betting guide, and our DraftKings lineups. Coming off a pretty good week, made some money in my DraftKings contest. So let's walk through our final DraftKings lineups for UFC Vegas 29, the Korean Zombie.
We all killed it last week.
Versus Ige. Okay. So no Dan, just me and Jakey Boy. We do have Dan.
God, Dan, get well soon, buddy. We're pulling for you, man. We're pulling for you, Danny.
What's funny is if you watch these videos in order, you've seen us do this 3 times now.
God dang it, Dan. Get well soon. You can do this, buddy. Fight through it, man. Fight through it, brother.
But we do have Dan's lineup. We'll touch on it in a second. Dan's not here. He has a man cold, but he is fine. He has Monistat. He has some NyQuil. Like, he will be just fine.
Feet in the bubble bath.
He's a tough professional fighter. He'll pull through this.
Bath.
He was just so sick he couldn't join us for 40 minutes on a Friday night.
He's got the right now he's got the strobe with the Vaseline.
He's got Vicks Vapor Rub. I'm gonna walk through my lineup, but just know that Dan is at home with Vicks Vapor Rub on his chest, and he's counting the glow.
That's your hero, guys and gals. That's your hero. That's what he's doing right now.
The glow in the dark.
His trading card value just tanked.
So,
he's doing what?
Yeah, Dan's Topps trading cards are not doing well right now. So let me walk you through my lineup. We'll get to Dan's in a minute.
Poor Dan.
You can do what you want with it. So I have Julian Erosa over Choi at $7,600. I think Erosa wins the fight. I think he has more ways to win the fight. He's a very good striker. He's not as technical as Choi is, but he has the power and he has the volume and he has a pretty good chin. He also is a submission threat, so he has more ways to win. I do think he wins this fight, and I'll take him at $7,600. I have Dan Ige in the main event. The main event's basically a pick 'em, but I have Dan Ige. Ige has the harder chin. It's funny. There's no logic behind this part, but people will say, oh, Dan's on the way up, Korean Zombie's on the way down, and I do 100% agree with that. There is the momentum in Dan's favor. And he's looked fantastic lately. I have him for $8,000. You really can't go wrong with either one of these guys if you feel that person's going to win. It is a very close fight.
The only thing that could ever stop a Dan is the common cold.
So I have Murata over Jandiroba. That's an awesome matchup. The odds are wild here. Murata is like world-class level wrestler, judo black belt, takedown for days, and Jandiroba is submission crazy. The odds makers have decided that Jandiroba is going to submit Murata, but I completely disagree. I think Murata wins this decision. I think she gets tons of takedowns, avoids the submissions, tons of control time, and strikes on top. So I have her at $7,800. I would have taken her almost regardless of her price. That wasn't she's cheap. Well, let me roll the dice. She wins this fight. Then I have Procopio over O'Neal at $8,500. She's the slight favorite. It's funny because Casey O'Neal opened as a favorite and then stuff started to move. DraftKings has Procopio as the slight favorite. This is really experience versus, hype. Procopio O'Neal is good. She's got some pretty good wrestling. She's got like a interesting karate style striking, and it's pretty effective. But Procopio is super tough, has a ton of experience, and is a genuine threat on the ground. So I think Casey O'Neal probably gets a takedown, doesn't know what to do with it, and Procopio submits her. Then I have Spivak over Olenek, the most expensive fighter in my lineup. He 100% wins. I don't see him getting submitted. Olenek's only path to victory here is a submission. Spivak is savvy enough to not get submitted, and I think he'll either pull out a very late stoppage or a very dominant decision win. Lots of people think Spivak's going to win in the first round. I don't think so, but if he does, great. I'll take those points. I have a bet that it'll go 1.5 rounds. So a second round stoppage is perfect for me. Anyway, then I have Chaos William over Semmelsberger. I think Semmelsberger, there's a lot of people are basing the odds and their bets off of his last fight. And yeah, if you look at his last fight, sure, that's the direction to go. I think Chaos Williams blows through Semmelsberger. I think he gets a finish. Get your face away from that microphone. I think Chaos Williams gets a finish, stops Semmelsberger, and makes it happen. That is my lineup. I'm very confident in this lineup. Jacob, walk us through yours.
I was wiping my mouth.
Oh, I thought you were going to lean in to say wrong because you think Semmelsberger is going to win.
Well, I mean, that is wrong. So, I mean, I wasn't going to interrupt you. I would never interrupt you like that. Did you change your lineup since Tuesday?
I did not.
Okay. I didn't know. Neither did I. So, it was a good conversation. Yeah, so my lineup is, listen, guys, I know what's been going on, okay? I've been struggling a little bit, all right? This is a minor setback for a major comeback, and there's a valid reason for it. 2 weeks ago, the lock of the week drops. My lineup just up in a floozy. Last week, I didn't have a UFC lock of the week. Lineup wasn't, was struggling a little bit. We did all right. This week, we got the lock of the week. It's not Choi because he's a big favorite, but I have Choi in my lineup versus Rosa. I do agree with Angelo with the Rosa's submission threats, but I think Choi's got a good takedown defense. And if it stays on the feet, I think he's definitely the faster, quicker, better in-and-out striker than a Rosa. So I think he's able to stuff the takedowns, keep this standing, and piece apart a Rosa for I don't think he's going to be able to finish him. If he does, that's great, but I think he's going to get a million strikes. It's going to be 80, 90 points and a decision win, which is incredible. Next, someone made a comment about this, and I agree 100%. I doubled up the main event. They said, Jacob, listen, not to be mean about it, but you should never double up the main event. Listen, I was the first person on this show to stop double up the main event. All these jabronis are still doubled up the main event. I said, listen, if you're going to win the big tournaments, you cannot double the main event. All of a sudden, now everyone just follows and nobody doubled up the main event. So I'm bringing it back. This is going to be like now everyone's going to start doubling up the main event again because Jacob doubled up. So I'm doubling up Ige and the Korean Zombie. I think Ige wins the fight. The Korean Zombie was the last person I put in my lineup just because I was looking at the value at $8,200 for a 5-round fight on a guy that I probably isn't going to get finished. I think he can score a ton of points, even though I actually do think he loses the fight. And then if he ends up winning, it kind of hedges against my Ige play. So I doubled the main event on this, but I agree. You probably should not do that if you guys are playing the big cash games. But my only goal really in life is to beat Angelo. And I think the best way to beat Angelo is to play double at the main event. Then I went with Lima. Listen, Brown is very tough. He's going to come forward. I don't think he's going to have the grappling to be able to take Lima down. So I think that Lima is definitely going to win the striking battle after that. I think it's a weird fight. I think it's an ugly fight. I don't feel great about paying $9,000 for Lima, but I don't like a ton of the favorites, and I think he definitely will win or should win. So I'll take the free, 30 points there and a win, then whatever he gets in strikes for $9,000. And then we're at the lock of the week, guys. Nikolai, I'm telling you, this guy, first of all, he has 0 decision wins. Okay, so when he wins, it's going to be probably early, but it's going to be inside the distance. That's a ton of point bonuses. He's against the guy that spent his last fight on his back against William Knight. We got Nikolai, who literally just tosses people outside the octagon. It's crazy. He's suplexing people. He's power bombing. He's RTOing people. He's doing what's the big Samoan, the stink face. He's doing the stink face. He's doing the X-Pac. The X-Pac rodeo was X-Pac's the rodeo. He does it all. So it's the lock of the week, guys. We're back on track. This is going for, I think, 8 in a row once this wins. We got t-shirts coming out. Get excited about those. And then I agree with Angelo about Spivak. I just do not trust Oleinik's chin. I think if this is striking at all, that Spivak ends it early. So $9,200. He's also my most expensive fighter. So this is I can't go 6-6 like I have been, but this is definitely a 5-6 with the doubling up the main event. So that's how I feel.
Well, I'm rooting for the lock. I also picked him to win. You got attacked in the comments for that pick. Like people were saying nasty things.
Who?
So
really? I didn't see it. Let me look at it.
I deleted him. because they weren't like, oh, I disagree. It was like, you effing, like, goodbye. So anyway.
Yeah, well, they're lucky I didn't see him. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no, I bet. So let's walk through Dan's lineup. So
And
Danny Boy not
joke,
here.
this isn't a joke lineup, guys. It's not a joke lineup. This is
No,
his real lineup. He changed
so,
it twice in the last 20 minutes. So he's real serious about this. It looks like a joke. I think it's a joke, but this is his lineup.
well, what's a joke, honestly, is that DraftKings has
No, what the joke is, Angelo, is that he picked against the lock of the week. That's the joke. $9,300 against the lock of the week. That's the worst money anyone's ever spent, and I'm disgusted.
Plus, no graphics from DraftKings is actually pretty shocking. Even FanDuel has like the stupid cartoon images. But anyway, he went with Kamer over Nick. So Nick is Jacob's lock of the week.
You don't want to try and hit that last name again? You nailed it the first couple of times.
Nega Moreno.
Okay.
I did nail it.
Yeah.
So Dan went the other side. Jacob and I think that Nega Moreno wins. Dan went the other way with Kamer. He has Dan Ige in the main event, which I do as well. And he also has Jung in the main event. He
Look at that. Imagine. What did I just say?
Dude, I think Dan might be a mess on NyQuil right now.
What did I just say? Because he didn't have a lineup Tuesday, right? I built my lineup. I finally doubled up the main for the first time in 7. Nobody's doubled up the main for the first time in 7 weeks. And then all of a sudden, Dan sends in a final lineup 15 minutes ago, and he's got the main event doubled up. I called it.
I'm shocked he doubled up the main event. I'm genuinely shocked, but he did double up the main event. And listen, if you doubled up, there's some main events that if you doubled them up, you scored 10 million points.
And I'm the only person to have a flawless lineup while still doubling up the main event. 4-0-2. The first Figueiredo and Moreno fight, I had double up the main event. I went 4-0-2, the first to ever do it.
Okay. Then he has Procopio over Anil for all the reasons I said. The experience and the threat on the ground is really the big deal there. Silva over Glenn. He's very high on that. If you check our betting breakdown, he has multiple bets on Joaquim Silva over Glenn. And then he has Turman over Silva over Bruno Silva.
That's a good one.
At $7,400. I think Bruno Silva wins, but I think Turman it's a solid. If you think Turman wins because of the threat on the ground, he's a solid play. The problem is Bruno Silva's got some power and a bunch of KOs in his life. So it really can go either way.
That's 5 of Silva's 6 losses are to submissions. And Wellington will jump on your neck at any second. So,
and if you watch our betting breakdown, so after you leave this video, go to our betting breakdown video where we walk through
on Instagram
every single one of our bets. And I have a bet on Wellington Turman to win by submission at plus 500, just a hedge. But I also have a bet on under 2.5 rounds because Bruno Silva knocks out Wellington or Wellington submits Bruno. Those are the only 2 outcomes. Either way, those are our final lineups of the week. Let us know yours below. There were no changes this week. There were no drops, nothing crazy. There were, but not till later in the week, or not since later in the week. They were all before DraftKings locked in the prices. So we're good to go there. If you have any questions, let us know. Let us know your lineups below. I have a straight up bet against Jacob and a bet against Dan. If my lineup is better than theirs, let us know in the comments.
Is that a stand?
Oh, it's on film, you dumb young boy. So let me know in the comments.
And let me just say, dude, Dunchichi, you better show some respect to my lineup. All right, I had it for you. Go ahead.
So let me know in the comments if you think I beat both of these idiots or what. They've both doubled up the main. So if a Dan Ige gets an early knockout, they're done. I take all their money. Either way, let us know in the comments below. Join our free DraftKings League. There is a link in the description below. If you win the league, we give you money. We just straight up give you money as a thank you. If you're a member, which means you click the join button, we give you double the money. Click the join button. Support us. Thank you very much. We will see you for our live stream Saturday night.